Intel finally launched their anticipated Arc B580 GPU this Thursday, and across the board, reviewers and the public are impressed. It is built on the latest generation of Intel's Xe architecture and provides a great value with 12 gigs of VRAM, outstanding 1080p performance, and even strong performance at 1440p. In our testing, it provided a 20% uplift over the RTX 4060 while undercutting the 4060 on price. At just $249, the card offers a compelling value if you can get one.
One note I will put out there is some other reviewers, we don't always test the same games. We don't always test the same games in the same way. Some other reviewers have found slightly different performance. Like maybe the 4060 does pretty well in like some random title. Like if I remember correctly, Wendell said comparatively it did pretty well in Starfield or something. I don't know. Maybe just check out his video.
I mean, dozens of people are playing Starfield.
Yeah.
With that said, we don't necessarily choose games for our suite based on how many people are playing them. We have plenty of games in our suite that not a ton of people are playing.
Just benchmark well.
Because a lot of the time, you're looking for consistency and you're looking for games that represent something. So they might represent, okay, we need to evaluate Vulkan performance. Or if there's a particular feature we want to look at, like ray tracing, we need a game that supports various implementations of super sampling. We need this, we need that. So a lot of the time, the benchmark suite is not just down to what games people are playing, but it's down to what exactly it is we're trying to test. I'm
going to interject really quick. My flight back from France, when I was going to the bathroom mid-flight, as I was walking down the hallway thing, I have to go sideways, I saw somebody on a Steam Deck playing Starfield.
No way.
I knew it was Starfield because they were on a loading screen. When I came back from the bathroom, they were on a different loading screen. I was like, yep. I really wanted to stop and like talk to them. Like, why? but I didn't. I just left them be. Anyways.
So Intel reference cards immediately sold out. Most AIB partner cards, which are priced around $10 to $20 more, are also sold out. Hopefully, restocks will happen soon. I have a short conversation with someone at Intel. I don't want to get them in trouble. But basically, I was like, please tell me you have lots of stock coming, and I'm not going to look like an idiot for saying it's $249. We are expecting weekly replenishments on the reference card and working with partners to offer steady availability. I said, okay, you got to control the channel. Tell the boys, come on. There will be money to be made later. Don't f*** this up. We need momentum.
Seriously.
Passing that along verbatim.
Hell yeah.
I don't know that they have any power. I don't know that they even know anything. This is the janitor. I was talking to the janitor at Intel's graphics division. That's the only person I know there. I'm not important enough to have any high up contacts or anything like that. But what I can say is that
Janitor's a pretty cool guy.
I have said what I can to the janitor at Intel.
Works hard.
About, hey,
gets it done.
Don't get greedy here. You need to buy some market share. Your partners need some market share. Sparkle is not a relevant GPU maker.
There's GPU partners that are running away from NVIDIA. If you're nice to them right now,
be a valid option. But with that said, I mean, I'm telling Intel, don't be that nice yet.
Sure.
There will be time to make an extra $10. It will come.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
But you gotta control
Don't be nice
the channel
to them by hosing
now.
The buyers. Yeah.
Not now. Now is not the time to look at the market out there and go, oh, this card is priced attractively. We should fuck up the pricing and price it less attractively.
Just
win. Win the hearts and minds of gamers. It's really important right now.
You've got X amount of months until 5060 comes out. We don't know how long, genuinely. That card will come out, and then that's when, we'll see how you're doing.
Now, it is worth noting, EU viewers have pointed out that the card is being sold at the same price as the RX 7700 XT in Europe, which is a $400 US card. The B580, it's good, but it ain't that good. That's another thing that Intel and their partners need to get figured out, is global competitiveness for this thing needs to be good. With that said, given they can't keep the bloody thing in stock, I can see how it's a lower priority, but guys, make as many as you can, please. This is in my notes. Pat Gelsinger's fasting and praying paid off.
I just opened this up.
Every Thursday, I do a 24-hour prayer and fasting day. This week, I'd invite you to join me in praying for... What is this? What am I even looking at right now? Hold on a second.
I don't really
For
know.
the 100,000 Intel employees as they navigate this difficult period. Intel and its team is of seminal importance to the future of the industry and the U.S. This is actually incredibly important. And I do want to talk about this later. And I have to say that I just want to shout out that I hadn't read this tweet yet, but I think some of Pat's tweets have been hilarious.
I haven't looked at it.
And I love that he's just out there tweeting about the company immediately after leaving. Dude, I want him back already. Can they just say, look, we were wrong.
Oh, wait.
And
Battle Mage is sick. Maybe come back.
Can they Sam Altman this and just be like, bro, I'm sorry. Can we just have you back because we didn't get it? This is like the first thing that has come out that has actually been like Pat's vision start to finish. Actually, no, he came in after.
Little bit.
He came in a little bit after. But like... Okay, so that's not the first thing. The point is that we are only now starting to see things that he actually really had a hand in. I mean, it has the same problem as politics, where you'll come in you'll set a bunch of things in motion. Oh, we didn't make enough quarterly profit. See you later, buddy. And then the next guy or gal comes in and it's like, oh, great job. All these products are doing so great. Let's count beans.
Oh, I'm inheriting this garbage heap. Time to work on that for fixing that for 3 years, and I get 1 year maybe to reap some of the benefits of what I did, then I'm out probably. Okay.
I'm just anyway, I'm jazzed. Okay, what else we got to talk about? Besides the question of value, the other big question for Arc was game compatibility. While our testing was relatively smooth, except for Cyberpunk 2077 Ultra Ray Tracing, which crashed, problems are still present as many reviewers did encounter issues in a variety of titles. Apparently, Starfield is still a problem game for Arc GPUs.
I think that's one of the reasons why the 4060 did comparatively well.
That makes sense. So it might be good to wait a bit, let the early adopters help Intel sort out the bugs, but also looking at how dedicated Intel has been to improving their drivers on the first generation Arc Alchemist cards.
Yeah, that was actually crazy.
You should buy a product for what it is right now. You should not buy a promise, etc., etc., etc. However, I do believe that promises can have varying levels of credibility. And I think that if Intel were to say, we are very dedicated to improving the drivers of our GPUs, I would say that that is a credible promise.
And, it doesn't always work. Starfield isn't new, and Arc GPUs, if I remember correctly, didn't even work in Starfield when it first launched. Wasn't that a thing?
I don't remember.
It was bad. Whatever it was bad. And it's still not good. So, they're not completely acing everything. Again, don't buy things on future promises. But if you know effectively what games you and your crew play, and you can look at how those perform based on some reviewer that's probably checked it out or some number somewhere on the internet that you can find, you might be able to say, hey, this works for all the games that I play right now. So maybe that works for me. And then cool. Yeah.
Now I want to come into sort of a transition topic from that. And this is that my job is so much easier when there are good products and they're a great value. Do you have any idea what it felt like to wake up in the morning feeling like P. Diddy? Sorry, to wake up in the morning. Actually, that has not aged well.
No, it really hasn't.
I was just going for the Kesha lyric.
Okay.
Yeah, wow, yeah. Shout out Kesha.
No, I don't, by the way. Yeah. And neither do you.
I forgot that P. Diddy is also Puff Daddy.
You
He's
caught
also
it yourself
Sean
this
whatever.
time.
Yeah,
Very good job.
I caught myself.
We're improving. It happens over time. We work on it. We work on
Has
things.
she changed the lyrics?
We improve. We learn cultural references. Hard P. Sorry, Dot Justin said that got
Apparently the lyrics have changed. Kesha has announced, this is from August, that she will re-record her hit song TikTok, changing it from wake up in the morning feeling like P. Diddy to wake up in the morning feeling fuck P. Diddy. So that's something.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, she's highly relevant these days.
Yeah.
Anywho, the point is, where am I going with this? No.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Yeah, her career, my understanding is sort of a sad story, actually.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. Yeah. Anyway.
Okay.
The point is, I woke up in the morning with a 99% like ratio on a video.
Feeling like a respectable human.
Yeah, feeling like anyway. We didn't need an elaborate hook, you know?
Oh yeah.
Or a weird thumbnail. Or like
it felt good to watch.
A 3-day shoot, or it just all we had to do was execute. We got our briefings. The labs team did a great job. The writing team did a great job. The production team did a great job. The editing team did a great job. The business team did a great job. We sold our sponsor spots. It was like a breath of fresh air. Like this machine.
Felt good.
This machine is built to survive anything. But boy, does it ever run better when tech companies make a product that anyone cares about and wants to put in their computer.
When you take out the discarded kitchen grease and you put in some actual gas, and it's just like, oh wow, it runs nice.
Now we're cooking. Dude, it takes me back to years ago.
Oh yeah.
It is such a stark contrast. When I was sitting in script review, okay, and I was working on the intro with the writer for that video, and we were going through, and I was like, no, really. When was the last time there was a $250 GPU that anyone actually wanted to buy?
Oh, seriously.
Not that they were forced to buy, because there wasn't a valid option whatsoever.
I think this is why a few different creators all included 1060s and stuff in their reviews.
Because that was the last time.
Yeah.
It's been 5 years. Yeah. And I had this line that
is this the mark that the COVID era is over?
Maybe.
Finally through.
Dude, I had this line I put in the intro that I was like, almost half of the time
back to normal
that Linus Media Group Inc. has existed.
Oh, that's rough.
There hasn't been a budget, a value GPU launch worth writing about. There's been nothing. 1650 was kind of okay, but they cut it down. It sucked. We knew we weren't getting the value that we could have gotten. Dude, we've gotten how many products in 5 years have we gotten that have blown us away with their value? Sure, okay, Oculus Quest series. You could make that argument, but what did you give up for it? Right? It wasn't just, Intel's not asking for anything in return. Here's a GPU. Give me $250. That's it. We don't take your personal data. Just play video games. Yeah.
That's what the review felt like. I think my favorite part was when you ran out of positive things to say, so you're just blah 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 or whatever. I don't remember exactly what you did, but it was great. I hadn't read the script, so when I was watching it, I was getting to that point, and I was genuinely I wonder what he's going to keep saying, because I know what these graphs are, and then you were just blah. I thought it was awesome.
Well, it's I want that to be the case. Do you know how unfun it is to whine about things, and you know how unfun it is to feel like a shot messenger sometimes.
Oh yeah.
I remember the amount of flack that we took in the middle of 40 series when we basically came out with a review of some card. I forget what it was, and we were well, realistically, in the current landscape, this is a deal. I don't like it, but it is. And we got pitchforked over it. And the number of people that were messaging me, DMing me, leaving comments, and they're like, Linus, you need to hold these companies accountable. You need to put pressure on them to lower the price. It's I don't have any power. I don't have that power. You think Jensen Huang is watching my video going, yes, Linus, how should we price our GPU? He doesn't care what I think.
We have to all try to work on it. But it almost doesn't matter when they're just selling it all to compute anyways.
It doesn't matter at all because at the end of the day, I can whine about microtransactions. I can whine about overpriced GPUs.
80% of people buy them.
I can whine about a lack of innovation in the tech industry. I can whine about all these things. It doesn't matter as long as people buy them. Money talks. And at the end of the day, I'm not buying GPUs. So I can offer my opinion. And they might take it under advisement. But that's it. And so I'm sitting here going like, on the one hand, yeah, I hate getting shot as a messenger. But on the other hand, boy, was it ever nice to just upload a video with some really great news and have people be like, wow, good job, Linus. But that's the reason I'm bringing it up. Is like, yeah, I think our team did an excellent job of executing on that video. But on the other hand, I want to make sure that we are giving the credit to where it is due, which is the great work that Intel's software team has done, that Intel's engineering team has done, and that Intel's management, however not present they may or may not be now.
Maybe other than the ones involving the removal of someone special.
How good the job, the people who have supported this project for this long.
Yeah, there we go.
Now, it's clear that this discrete desktop GPU would have been killed ages ago if that was the whole picture. Intel needs a GPU product for the data center. They need a compelling GPU architecture for their mobile devices. And that's what Battlemage gave them because it made Lunar Lake their latest mobile chips. It made Lunar Lake more competitive as well. They finally, and that's one of the reasons that hopefully, knock on wood, we are going to continue to see new architectures going forward. Celestial is apparently baked, so they're working on like the hardware level stuff now. But apparently, the design is I think baked was the word that was used, but there was a little bit more nuance. Hold on, Celestial baked Intel. Hold on, I'm trying to find the quote. Tom Peterson confirms that Druid is already in the works and that the hardware level groundwork for Celestial, which includes architectural layouts and prototypes, is done.
Speaking of which, wow, Mr. Tom Peterson, Tab.
So exciting. Yes.
Fantastic job of communication around this launch. I didn't feel like there's been so many times throughout the years, like back when I used to do review stuff and even more recently, where you feel like you're getting the wool pulled over your eyes, including in the past, just to, sorry guys, but give you a little bit of a rip from Intel.
Yep.
This time, no. He showed us charts where they lost. Because they're like, here's a huge amount of games. This is how it did. Sometimes it did poorly. Usually it did great. Cool. Like, it felt like I was getting actual information. Not we were getting actual information leading up to a launch that helped us understand what should be happening during the launch at all. Like, it was very open, transparent,
which is
useful.
Which is really helpful for us because at the end of the day, we're going to figure it out anyway. Yeah. If your product sucks. So you might as well help us.
And I think Tap gets that. He's been around forever.
Yep.
And it's very helpful, I think, having his influence on things.
Yeah, because it's not like we don't want to tell the positive side of the story as well.
Yeah, we loved doing this. This was great.
We want to tell the whole story. And the more information you give us, the less time we spend just dicking around trying to find what you're trying to hide from us. And the more time we can spend working on crafting a message that helps communicate the product, because at the end of the day, that's what we want people to know. We want them to know what's bad about it, what's mid about it, what's good about it, which ultimately should be what you want people to know. That's how marketing is supposed to work.
I genuinely,
you're supposed to come to us with the marketing materials. We're supposed to read it, interpret it, test it, and then present that alongside our own findings to the audience.
Yeah.
And then they can make an informed decision. It's about informed decision making.
And so often it feels like a battle. And this time it felt like, we were on the same side almost. Like it felt like they were genuinely trying to help us make good content, which Sounds like that should be pretty normal, but it's like super not. So anyways, I wanted to shout that out because I appreciate it.
There's a couple other kind of comments on this topic here. This is amazing. This is a direct quote from Adam Sondergaard from the writing team. This is the first full-blown positive CPU or GPU review that I've written in my 3 years here at LTT.
Did a great job of it.
Yeah, he did a great job. I mean, like,
considering you've only written
he's
negative
only
ones,
ever worked
you did
with
a great
lemons.
job of writing a positive one.
He's only ever worked with lemons. You give this man some lemonade, he's going to put that powder in the glass, he's going to stir it up. Delicious, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, after years of creeping price points, low part availability, and cool but expensive tech, I feel like it has broadly deflated interest in the hobby, which makes our job as content creators so hard. Do you guys think we want to reach for like complex video concepts, and like, you think we want to react to stuff on Reddit? No, we'd love to be making videos about cool new GPUs and CPUs and RAM and cases, cool stuff. That's what we want. I mean, people wonder why our content has diverged from a strict focus on PC hardware and building PCs. It's because there's nothing to make videos about, and no one fucking cares. Yeah. Man, we've uploaded videos on like how to build a PC recently that have just bombed because people don't care. They don't want to do it. But here's what happened immediately.
Oh, did those types of videos crank up?
Did you see the screenshot that I sent to the topic
it's so
chat?
Good for the culture.
Okay, watch this. Did you see the screenshot I sent to the approval chat? Okay, watch this. Okay, so this right here is a me not knowing how to use an iPhone. Hold on, where's the thing? The approval chat. Where's my screenshots? Here they are.
I like your watch.
Here they are. Sorry. Oh, yeah, my little unicorn. Yeah. Okay, here we go.
Looks like the Labs concept logo.
Here's the Arc B580. Okay, so this is the next day. And so we got obviously some recent videos, upgrading my big brother's PC, rented an Airbnb to look for hidden cameras and some stuff. Anyway, the point is, here's as we go down the list, we've got how to build a PC, the last guide you'll ever need, some other crap. How to build a PC, the other one, the older one, the last guide you'll ever need, immediately. It's almost like
entry-level computers are good for once in years.
It's almost like it's a mistake to turn your entire product stack purely transactional. Price everything, feature everything for what the market will bear. It's almost like that's going to kill the enthusiasm for your products in the long term. It's almost like when someone comes in with something that's legitimately exciting, instead of just seeing everything in terms of total addressable market and optimized profit to expense ratio, blah, 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 blah. It's almost like you can create new customers by making something that's exciting and gets people talking, gets people looking into it, gets people exploring and wanting to learn. Thank you very much, Intel. And this is a really, really important thing that I want to bring up. Guys, Intel Arc is going to force the incumbents to react. NVIDIA and AMD are very likely to bring their cards down to a price that is competitive with Arc. Don't forget, when you're recommending a $250 GPU to a friend or building a new machine, don't forget who made the price point happen. We've talked about this so many times.
In my opinion, there's a value to that.
People root for AMD so that their NVIDIA card can be cheaper.
Yeah.
But now, Arc is not just like a crappy option that we hope will become a good option someday. It's a legitimately good option.
It's a solid option right now.
It's a solid option.
If I was building a computer for a friend or something in this price point, I would probably throw this GPU in. I might check what games they play, make sure it's going to run well.
Yep.
But, you should do that anyways. We've just gotten a little soft on that because over the last years, basically everyone's just buying NVIDIA cards and they pretty much work in everything, which is cool. But it's not that much of a lift. If they want to play like Rocket League and League of Legends and something else, like, you're probably fine. Sweet. Yeah, if they want to play Starfield, just tell them, don't bother.
Steve J3D here in chat says, I just had somebody ask today about what NVIDIA to get for under $500. I told them to look for a B580. NVIDIA doesn't have real options under $500. Dude, $599 used to be like an Ultra card. Like that was a top tier card. That's
very high end.
That's now basically where NVIDIA starts having a valid option at all. Because I'm not counting these 8 gig VRAM cards, especially now that Indiana Jones and the what is it? What's the it's the Great Circle,
suggestion
right?
from LNG community in Full Plane chat.
Yeah, Great Circle.
Chewy, but
sorry.
He said, can you combine it with an APU and use that to handle older games that the B580 might not be good for?
Yeah, possibly, actually.
That's actually not a bad strat.
Because Intel does struggle a little bit with especially some very, very legacy games.
Yeah. But modern CPUs can probably handle
that. That actually ties me back into one of the other things that I wanted to talk about here. I want to call out AMD. Where are current generation Ryzen 3 chips? Where are they? I understand people can buy a last generation chip or whatever in some ancient architecture or like a 2-generational chip for your value segment, but like, what the heck? You used to have value chips. You used to launch the entire lineup, Ryzen 7, Ryzen 5, Ryzen 3, like the whole thing was there. And also you had Threadripper for consumers. Remember that? Like, remember getting people excited about products and making stuff because it was really cool and because it would delight your customers? And while we're at it, where are your non-X Ryzen 9000s? Hello? We talk about this. I think it's an upcoming video, but we talk about AMD's shift in strategy, where they used to launch them at the same time, the X and the non-X variants, and then they started launching the X first and following up with the non-X at a lower price, but like pretty comparable spec. And now for 9000, X has been out for months. We have X3D. Where the fuck is the regular one? No, you can just pay for X.
We're doing a lot of Intel praise right now, but it wasn't even that long ago that Intel was the ones on top being big jerks.
Oh, 100%.
So like
just not even bothering to invest in R&D and make new chips with higher core counts. That's what allowed AMD back in the game.
And massively jumping prices and doing things like that. So it's like it's this like remember who got us here comment. A lot of it's like I will genuinely make purchasing decisions based around who's like currently.
Yeah, it's like, what have you done for me lately? You should never have brand loyalty.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that you shouldn't let a brand influence your purchasing decision. It just means you should ask, what have you done for me lately?
Yeah. Yep. Because honestly, I mean, like,
dude.
The people that influenced the decision that you liked all those years ago might not even work there anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
This is a really good line in our notes. Instead of just producing enough to meet market demand, why don't you guys make something cool and stimulate market demand, please? There were some, Adam did this topic. He says, here's some good value products that we've covered.
I was talking to AMD with that last line.
Yes. Also just the tech industry in general. But
Intel just did, is why I clarified there.
Here's some good value stuff that we've covered. 2024 Mac Mini.
Yeah.
If you ignore the expensive storage upgrades, but that is a legitimately exciting product. I am legitimately excited about the 2024 M4 Mac Mini.
Mac Minis have oddly been pretty good, but yeah, especially 2024.
Oh man, his other stuff, honestly, Adam, I don't know. I think you're reaching. I think you've got the modern tech dystopia perspective here, because he's got the X3D chips in here, and they're exciting, but they're like really expensive. MetaQuest 3 VR, we talked about that. And also Pixel A series, ? Like they're just, man, there hasn't been...
There really isn't a lot. I tell this story all the time, but like when people point out like, oh, a lot of the stuff that goes on LTD channel is just like entertainment stuff these days. It's like, yeah, it used to be really easy and now it's really hard. Now the writing team, production team, all that kind of stuff has to make stuff interesting. Before, stuff was just interesting.
Yeah, and we
stuff
could just
like
talk
this
about
Intel card would just come out all the time, and it was like, oh, sweet. I don't know, throw it on a bench, play with it a little bit. Yeah, it's great, sick, cool.
Yeah.
See ya.
Your
like,
games run faster.
So easy.
There's no downside.
Yeah, nice. And then now it's like, oh man, okay, we got. I don't know. I'll do some, I don't know, whatever thing.
I see people complaining that we don't do enough GPU reviews and CPU reviews anymore. Like, what are we supposed to review?
Where are they?
Like, we get a new family of GPUs like once every almost 2 years. What am I supposed to do with that? I can't keep reviewing it. If I did, you'd ask why I keep reviewing the same GPU. I don't make GPUs. I don't make GPUs.
They don't come out that often. That's the 4060.
That's a year and a half ago.
If we look at the 4080, it's 2022.
That's 2 years ago.
November, so it's even slightly more.
We still don't have a 5080.
Yeah. What do you want us to do?
2 years. And the prices don't even come down.
Someone in chat, review it again.
No.
But yeah, so like, okay, back in the day when it was like 8 months between GPU cycles.
Oh yeah, that was a long time ago though. Yeah. That was before we were even in media, but
fair, but still
annual cycles were nice.
It's a little easier.
Annual cycles
now
were
when
nice.
it's every over 2 years, like it's I don't know when it's going to be, but it's going to be over 2 years considering we just saw it's already been over 2 years. What do you do in the meantime? And when that's happening to every vertical, and when a lot of other verticals just feel like they're kind of maturing out a little bit.
And like, to be clear,
I don't know.
I feel like our team does a really good job.
They do a great job. Fantastic job. They're killing it. But it's so hard because you have to create the concept. Instead of just having cool things. Like we would walk into the office and there'd be a pile of interesting things in the corner.
Yeah.
Every day. It was just like, oh, okay, sick.
Yeah, we'll have to prioritize which cool, interesting thing to talk about.
That is not the problem anymore.